ladies and gentlemen, this is your program. This is your program, the update, the program that gives you ability to discover yourself in a better way and be a better man, be a better person. You are here to be part of what is going on in the world. You are here to see what is about to happen in the world and the new change that is happening around the globe. Now, the update is the program that that gives you an insight of what you can do, even at this kind of lockdown time. And because of this program, I brought to you today a special guest, a man who has so many degrees on his plate. On the wall, you can see, very skillful man. And I just want to let you know, this man has impacted many lives. He has impacted many people, and he has much influence in the society, both in Nigeria and also abroad. I am glad to introduce to you today Dr. Samson Osifo. Dr. Samson Osifo is an accountant and is a financial management expert and also a good communicator with a strong persuasive and negotiation skills. Formerly financial director of Osafo Nigeria Limited, and also senior consultant with Emma Elliott, and associate with where he specialized in investigating financial statement and debt recovery. Samson Osifo is the founder of FOSAM Institute, where he lectures financial management and taxation, financial reporting, and management accounting. Presently, is a principal partner of Samson Osifo and Co. and financial management and tax consulting firm, which analyze consulting specialists in management, accounting, corporate, and managerial finance. Management consultant, operational management, financial advisor, facilitator of bank loans and overdraft, bank charges, reviewing and reconciliation and tax management. This man has so much pedigree on his plate, and I'm telling you, not just only that, he also holds a master's in science in finance. He also has PhD in credit management from International University of Panama, and he has qualified, obtained PhD in finance economics from Leeds Beck University, formerly Leeds Metropolitan in UK. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you today Dr. Samson Osifo, who is going to tell us, if I have to continue to read all what he has on the platform, maybe in the next 1 hour we will not leave this place. But I like to hear from him himself, to be the one telling us most of the things that we need to know. And it has been a pleasure that to bring this man on this platform at this particular time. It is going to be a wonderful time. So I want you to call your friends. I want you to call your neighbors. I want you to call all the people around you to get ready to know what is about to happen Because if you are in business and you want to know what it takes, to have a financial expert to talk to you, you will know. That's why I believe this particular time will definitely benefit you. It will be a very good time for you to come right now. In case you are facing any financial challenges, you have to come right now so that you can hear what Dr. Osifo has, and I believe this will bless you. Over to you, Dr. Osifo. We are still trying to get the connection with Dr. Osifo, and ladies and gentlemen, I just believe.
Okay.
All right. Okay, sir.
Yeah, the network here is bad, but can you hear me very well now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Thank you, Pastor, for inviting me. I want to appreciate the good work you are doing. I also want to tell you that you need to also continue and remain focused so that at the end of the day, people like us will also benefit in what you are doing. Firstly, the word update to me, am I still on?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. The word update to me is a sort of innovation, creating new ideas into what those ideas and interpreting those ideas for people to understand new ways of thinking. Now, if that has been understood, we need to understand now that we need to bring it in on the table so that people that is listening to us be able to impart them and give them new idea. And in this regard, I would like to talk about three things that are important here. The first thing I would like to talk about, because we are talking about mandate as it relates to the Bible. I'll be talking about information management. Then I'll also be talking about behavioral pattern to finance. Then lastly, I'll be talking about how COVID-19, how business individual can also overcome COVID-19 in their businesses and what they do now. Now, information management is a vital key for every individual, business owners and pastors and organizations to understand. If you cannot manage people, it's very difficult for you to own an organization. Now, you need to be able to manage information yourself before you can grow. Now, let's take a look at the Bible. Joseph had a dream, and he told his siblings, he informed his siblings that he's going to be feeding them in future. That information was not managed very well. Now, it took the grace of God for him to get to the promised land. Now, information is a vital key for every individual to get to his promised land. If it's not for the fact that God was with Joseph, what would have become of Joseph? Now, he showed that information to them, but that information at that time was not necessary. Now, and that happened to us more often than not. If everybody believes in God and we pray, and thank God you are a pastor too, you find out that we find all these things in our day-to-day activities every time, that most information that we release, we are not necessary. If you happen to go to school in this kind of environment you find ourselves, and you have a job and God is blessing you tremendously, and you bought a car and you are going to your friend's place, and you want to go and tell him with your own mind that God has done that. Now, to him, he look at you as you have come to oppress him. To him, he look at you as somebody that you are telling him that he cannot really get to your position. I'm not saying in thinking in that direction, but that is the way of life. you need to understand how to manage information. Now, literally meaning, what is information management? Now, those people that went to elementary school, they said information is a way of communicating from one person to another. Now, what is management? Management is effectively utilization of resources. Means information is resources. How do you utilize these resources effectively to manage your life and to manage yourself? Now, more often than not, if somebody has issues in the church, how does it relate to the pastor? When you inform the pastor, with the pastor not informing the congregation again and preaching his own issue or our own issue to the church. Now that individual looks trust or hope in the pastor. So we must be able to manage information. Now, information can take us up and can also bring us down. You ask yourself this question: why am I informing you? What is the purpose of this information? Why am I giving this information out? If it's not necessary, you don't give it out. Now, information also brings hope. At home, our sons and daughters and our wives look at us as within that family, aside from Jesus Christ that we every individual is subject to, they also look at hope from you. Immediately you are giving them information and there is no hope in that information again, that you lost that family from that day. You need to understand that information translates into hope. Everybody go to church and we pray every time when we go to church, but the pastor must also preach hope to us. Now, the man that is sick must also hear hope. Now, information revives our lives. But in most cases, information also is a factor that brings people down. Now, if, for instance, everybody have a family and you just bought a car that you know that none of your siblings have those things, and you invited them into that environment. Now, it's a joy for you to invite them because they are part of you. But in a situation where you find it difficult, or you find you need to understand that you don't celebrate where people are not celebrating. It gives you an issue. Now, let's also go to the Bible in the 1 Samuel chapter 17, verses 45 to 50. You find out that he was talking about David. But before that incident, David began to inform his siblings that if you go and hunt, you kill boar and you kill everything. Now, in that process, when Goliath came, his siblings pushed David out because of the prior information they had from him. Now, information is very important in our day-to-day activities. It is very important for us to manage those information. Now, for instance, if your sons and daughters go to school and they are excel in what they do, you will find out that in this world of social media, a lot of people will just put it there and said, my son just scored A today. Now, I'm not saying that is not good, but who are you informing? You have just increased the enmity of that individual. Now, you need to manage information so that at the end of the day, you can get to your promised land. Now, most people that manage information effectively get to their destination easily because you don't sell information or you don't inform people that are not necessarily involved in what you do and telling them what you have achieved. That creates or that brings enmity. About 4 or 5 years ago, I got interested in one guy within my vicinity because the way he speaks. And I happened to realize that he's coming into my vicinity to clean the grass and everything. And the way he speaks, it shows that the guy went to school. Now, that was a day he was not sick, and I asked them to take him to the clinic. So fortunately, the mother came and all their siblings came. But the mother was not telling me a story that when they were young, they said he's the one that is going to take the family to the next level. And that never happened, because that information was sold out. Now, information creates enmity. Now, you must understand who you are giving information to, which is extremely necessary. Now, if you are very careful about giving information to people, you reduce your enmity. And you must also be able to manage people. People will trust you because you can manage information. Now, a leader that lacks information, you technically reduce from that value to nobody. Because information management brings trust. People will trust you. They can confide in you because you are not going to expose them. Now, what am I trying to say in essence is this. In anything we find ourselves or we do, information management is extremely very important. And once we are able to manage information effectively, you will definitely be a global manager. Am I on? Hello, Pastor.
Yes, yes. We are here. We are still hearing you.
I don't know if I'm still on.
Yeah, you are on, but the picture is not on. But that's okay. We are still hearing you. You are on. Just go ahead like that.
Hello?
Yes, we are here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you clearly. I can hear you. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen,
can I speak on?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Speak on.
I don't know if you can hear me, but
yeah, go ahead.
For the purpose of time, let me continue.
Yeah.
I was just trying to give one or two reasons why information management is important to us as a Christian, as a manager, and also as people that need to manage effectively what people are saying and what people are telling us. And also, we must also be very careful to disseminate information to people about our lives, about what we do.
Yes.
Inviting people to your house also, they will also know more about you. So you are exposing yourself unnecessarily. I'm just trying to say, in essence, is that if it's not necessary, it's not important.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, thank God we are back. I quickly also want to talk about behavioral pattern to success. Now, it is very difficult for you, if you are not very careful, to be greater than your father.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, extremely very difficult if you are not very careful to be greater than your father. Now, you must do something extraordinary for you to be greater than your father, because the call that is upon your father is there. That is why if I mention so many billionaires today, you find out that you heard their father name, you heard their name.
Mm.
Yeah, because there are some things you need to break as an individual. Now, don't criticize people always, because immediately you criticize people, you will know their weakness, their strength, and their success. Are you with me, sir?
Sure. Yeah, because I just want
try to look at how people grow in life. Now, your growth in life determined by yourself. It's determined by yourself. Your growth in life is determined by yourself. Stop blaming people for your predicament. Blame yourself. Blame yourself. Now, in 2000, the year 2000, I told myself something. I went to a church. That is why you need God in anything you do. You need God in anything you do. So once you don't serve God or you don't do anything for God, God leaves you in totality. Now, in year 2000, I told myself that how can I be successful in this kind of environment I find myself? And I went to buy a book about people that are successful in Nigeria. I never criticized them. I never said what they were doing was wrong. But I went to buy the book. And I realized that most people at that time, they were more educated. That is why you find them in selected positions. Now, two is that most people that are successful in life, they have a partnership with God. They have a covenant with God like Abraham. But you won't get to know this understanding when you don't have a research work on them. God will not bless you if you are not ready to bless people. How? You must be ready to bless people before God can also bless you as an individual. Now, because of time, let me take you to a man. You know, everybody know Aliko Dangote in Nigeria and also in Africa. But in 1977, precisely when he was 20 years, he met Benson in Daosa inside a plane. And one of the great ministers came from America to board a plane to Lagos so that he can get to America that day. And the bishop was begging people to stand up for these great men of God. Now, look at it from this scenario. Dangote is a Muslim, never a Christian. But he stood up, and the story changed from that day. If you are not ready to do anything for God, how will your story change? The Bible made us to understand our giving will make a way for us. Our giving will make a way for us. Who are you ready to feed when God bless you? Now, all these things is what will change that course from that family. Transform you to another individual that God wants you to become. As I was saying earlier on, in year 2000, somebody invited me to Shiloh. And we were there that year, and my friend took me there with his car. Then I don't have a car at that time. And the bishop was praying, and he said, anything you have in your pocket, bring it out for God. That is believing God that your generational course will change. At that time, I have only 150 naira with me. And I was believing that is the money, because my friend told me that he's not living there that day. And I believe that is the only money I will use to get home back. And then we stay in Mushin. So imagine Ota to Mushin is a long distance. So I dip hand inside my pocket, and I only have that 150 naira. And I decided to give it to God. I gave it that day. And Pastor, I trekked from Ota to Mushin because I don't have any money. As I was going, the thing kept telling me, your destiny has changed. He kept telling me, and the confidence was also in me that things have changed. And from that day till now, we thank God. If you are not ready to do something, how will God change your story? If people are contributing in the church, you are so smart, you don't want to contribute anything. So how will God change your story? Now, I was selected in 2014 to represent Nigeria in Ghana. So as we are going for that meeting, as we are coming back, a popular Nigerian journalist was also with me. And a lady came to us and he said, give me money. And I said, are you using authority language of me? How will I give you money for what? And he came again. Why don't you give me money for your sake? So the thing rang into my head for my sake. How? So I asked her, how much is the money? She said, he needed $100. I said, that is a lot of money. And the journalist said, you want to use the money maybe for something else. I said, my bishop taught me something. Your giving will make a way for you. Your giving will always make a way for you. So I gave the money out, and an aero contractor came to pick us. I will never forget that day. And we are about to land, and something we just hear boom inside the plane. And the journalist was also with me. As we were sitting down, everybody started praying. As I was praying, I saw the lady, and it was telling me that God just saved you. As I was saying that, also, the journalist also sitting down with me was also seeing the lady that God saved you. Now, that have taught me so many lessons in life. That if you want to be greater than your father, you must do something extraordinary. Mm. What covenant do you have with God? When you have your money, you want to spend it with your family. Who are you? What are you doing for God? So if you are not doing anything for God, I don't see how God will bless you. God gives wisdom and understanding. It is human that brings knowledge. It is accumulated of knowledge that brings wisdom. So when you don't have anything to do for God, how will the wisdom come? How will the understanding come? So you need to have a perspective about life. Don't bother what people say about anybody. Concentrate on your own life. Research about people that are great. My life must change. How? I read a book about leadership. He said the greatest thing you can have is to have good people that can work with you. That is the greatest thing, sir. For you to have good people that can work with you, it will take time. Some people that will come to run you down, some people that come just to see what you are doing. So it will take time for you to have good people that can work with you. That is why you find out that in this kind of economy, business hardly grows. It takes a while for church too to grow, because so many people that come to the church also have different motives. So what am I trying to say in essence is that if we have this, and about 3 years ago, I was down there, I was put to UK. Now in my hospital bed, God told me something. He said, I've not read that psalm before in my life. That was the first time. Psalm 41. Psalm 41 said, he that consider the poor, say, consider him. He said, he protects you in the time of trouble. So if you are not ready to give God your time and your resources, how will God protect you? So you must be ready as an individual to give God your time and especially cultivate the life of giving so that in totality, you can be greater than your father. When you don't do something extraordinary, there is no way you can be greater than your father. So you must do something that is extraordinary in order for you to be great.
Be great.
Now the other thing I want to talk about is this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just lost Dr. Osifo for meeting. It will soon reconnect. I'm sure it's going to reconnect right back. But while he is still talking about that, there are some things that is mentioned that you have to understand that there is no way you can be greater than your father if you are not ready to give out. If you are not ready to give things out, you can be greater than your father. And yeah, he gave so many examples and illustration on some things that he has to do, to get him to where he is at the moment. And I'm speaking to somebody right now. Maybe you are thinking, economy is so bad right now. Things are so tough right now. Let me tell you something. It's not more. If you need love, you need to show love. If you need help, you must help others. If you want God to bless you, you must also go ahead and bless somebody, because there are some people that you are better off. So if you can help people that you are better off, you also have somebody that will bless you back when your own time comes. Because there's somebody that is carrying your own blessing, and there are some people that you are carrying their own blessing too as well. So when you find people that you are carrying their blessing, and you give them their own blessing, then you can be assured that your own blessing will also get to you. But many of the time we prayed a kind of selfish prayer. Whoever is carrying my destiny, whatever the helper of my destiny is, let them find me, let them locate me. But what about you saying to yourself, or realizing that you are also an helper of somebody's destiny? You are helper of somebody, you are carrier of somebody's miracle and blessing. Why don't you look for those ones as well? Or why don't you change your prayer and say, whoever I am responsible for, that I'm carrying their blessing, or that I'm helper of their destiny, let me find them. Let me find them. Let me find them. Because you got to look for them. You got to find them. You got to be able to deliver their blessing to them. And then whoever carries your own will also locate you. I find that story so much with that of Elijah and with the widow. Elijah needed food. The widow needed something to sustain herself. They're both hungry, but one carry power, the other carry food. So the only thing that to solve the problem, God made Elijah to meet the one that has the food. Even though you don't have the power, you need something that will create that. You need to use your authority to multiply the food so that and sustain somebody. Because as long as the food is your own need is met, then the only thing you have to bless the person's life. And we have tons of it. Like the Bible says in that Act of Apostles chapter 4, tells us how people brought things. They brought things to the feet of the apostles, and from there the apostles were able to share those things with people. And from there, the Bible says there were no need. There were no anybody that is in need among them, because some people brought in. And everybody, just to leverage everybody, make sure there is nobody that is in need, that is lacking anything. That is to tell you, even at this time, you are also not just only praying for your blessing to come, you are also carrier of somebody's blessing. So you got to look for a way to make sure you deliver their own blessing to them, to deliver their own miracle to them. And when you do that, then your own band will be full. Then your own band will be filled with good things. I'm still waiting for Dr. Osifo to come back, but in the meantime, while we are still waiting for him to come back, I just want you to understand that there are some things that you have to do even right now at this pandemic time. You don't just want to let this time pass you by sitting down at home, by looking at by looking at the news, by just checking what is being said, what is not said, and everything that's going on and on, and sit down there they can only create fear into you. They don't solve any problem. They only create fear, more fear into you. And when there is fear in your heart, it holds you down against moving forward. You can't see anything to do that will move you forward. But if you can just look away and ask yourself, Lord, what do you have me to do even at this time? You will soon realize that there are a lot of things that you need to get done. You will soon see that there are something that you need to start doing. There are some things that there are some ideas, there are some books that you have not written that they start coming in. There are some programs that you have never thought that can be done. You start getting idea on how to run them. There are some things that business that you don't ever thought can come up at this time, but because of this time, and you saw the face of God, and you allow God to minister to you, He will lead you into the right path, into the right way, whereby you will invest, you will launch yourself into another realm. Because when the COVID is over, then all those things will be what? Will be addition to what you have been doing. You are not supposed to be in one place. Don't lock yourself up. Don't lock your miracle up. You got to do something for yourself right now. You got to do something for yourself right now. Begin to think about it. What are the things that I need to get done? What are the things that is going on that I need to change in my life? What are the habits that I'm struggling with that I need to change? That I need to walk around and or improve myself on. Because this is your moment. This is your moment. So you don't want this time to pass you by. This time will soon pass. We have talked about pre-COVID. We're talking about in COVID. We're going to be talking soon, very, very, very soon. Be talking about post-COVID. But what do you want to do when COVID is over? Because it's the time for you to reevaluate yourself. Update is a program, is a moment in your life that you have to see and say, yes, something have changed in me. I always like to give that example of computer or your device. We all have device, we all have computer, we have something that we carry out, because this is the age that we are. This is the technology age right now. It's an era of technology. So when you have all those devices with you, at some point in time, your device will tell you need an update. And when it says, I need to update, you don't see the update. What needs to be updated is in the device. Sometimes software says we need to get the updated software. Sometimes it could be the device that needs to update itself. But when those things update itself, you will see the result will become better than before. The software will run better. That means you get better version of last one. So the new version will have more details. will run better than the past one. But some of you are still using the old software. In some places, I said, if you have a Microsoft 7 or something like that, or if you have to get, if you have Windows 7, you are already out of service. You have to get Windows 10. Oh, You have to get this one. So if you get to a particular level right now, and if you are still running on Windows 7, Windows 5, there are some Windows that you cannot even use more anymore right now, because there are no software for them anymore. They are totally incompatible with what we have going on at the moment. Can you just imagine when somebody come up with a cell phone that been used, of about 10 years ago? If you want to use that cell phone of 10 years ago, it might not work right now, because there are some things that that we have right now that it's not, we're not compatible with that. So you need to update yourself. Same way in the world that we live in, you need to update yourself. You need to check what is going on in the world. What are the things that you need to do? What are the things that you need? In which area you need to get better? In which area you need to do better, or you need to improve on? It's not too late for you to get those things done. Somebody says it is better to prepare and fail than fail to prepare, because when you have opportunity and you are already prepared for, and because you prepare, the opportunity did not show up, that's not a failure. But when your opportunity shows up on your door, and when your opportunity shows up on your path, and yet you are not prepared for it, then that makes you to become a failure. How prepared are you for the next opportunity? How prepared are you for the next phase that we are about to get to? So you got to ask yourself, what is the next step that is coming my way? Are you prepared for it? Are you still using? Am I still using the old system to run the new system? If it ever accepts you like that, you will realize that instead of you running faster, you'll be draggy in your work. That is why you have to understand that the season that we are in right now, we are in a new era, in a new day, in a new system. Government will always believe none of government work will ever leave government office. None of this thing would ever leave that place. And all of a sudden, we find ourselves sitting up at home now, working from home. Big companies will tell you, "Oh, no. We have policy. Our policy doesn't allow anything to be taken out of this particular area. It has to be done in the office." But when COVID struck, what they do? Everybody can work from home, and nothing has ever changed from the government work policy. We all believe that in the church we cannot come that we like on-site service. We like gathering together. We have to have the feel and touch and everything. But at the same time, now we don't have service in the church. What do we do? Do we still fellowship? There are some families that the husband and wife doesn't even see one another because they are all over the place. Everybody run up and down, run after business, running after this one, running after that one. But what do you do when the COVID brought all of you together to see yourself every day? Everybody is locked down at home. So you wake up in the morning, you see people that you don't want to see. You don't want feel like seeing. At the end of the day, it is a time for us to really resolve things that are in our that we are striving with, that are tearing us apart, because this is the moment God changing lives. God want to work in your family. God want to see how you can be better in your relationship with your family, with everyone in your home. God want to see how the church can diversify, that it will not just be only on one place. I mean, in one place, but you can spread out and just be able to reach out to many people. You can speak, you can still speak with people afar off and bring them close, as if we are seeing each other or feeling each other the same way. Because there are some people that will never be a member of the church, but the way what you preach on the online will change their life and go along well with them. There are some business people that God want to raise, but because they don't have any online transaction, they don't have any online platform whereby people can see them. Their business is not growing. So they are only following tradition. They are only following one particular method. And God is saying, I need to bless you more than this. The only way you can get this thing done is by spreading out. Put your market online. Let people see what you do. But now that we are in COVID, they can now see how to set up their product online. Some how to create websites for it, how to advertise it on Facebook, how to advertise it on YouTube, how to advertise it on WhatsApp, how to use Periscope, how to use Twitter, how to do something, because they're connecting with other people online. How to set up payment online. They don't have that before. But if you want a business to grow, you have to set up those kind of things to make sure this is changing. Guess what? When COVID is over, they will not close those avenues either. God has just added to you what you don't have before. So that is why it is very, very important. Make advantage of this time. Don't just waste time, because this time will soon be over. Some that have been working with government, working for people, don't just discover that I can create something right now. And by creating it, they realize, I don't know that I have this idea before. You just got updated. Your life have just changed. All right? On this note, I'm just going to close. And I want to encourage you. Stay in it. Work out something. Do something. And the Lord bless you. For this is your update. Until next time, when I will come your way again. Join me next week when I will bring other guests your way. It's going to be a wonderful time again. But until then, stay updated and keep yourself informed. See you again next week. God bless you. This is the update.